Hey guys, Tom here, and I came across some cryptids recently that I wanted to make a video about to share with you guys. It's four cryptids I came across that I haven't really heard of before, and I thought it was kind of interesting to find some of this information out about them, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Um, these ones, I don't think I've seen as many videos made about them as I have other more well-known cryptids. And I feel like it'd be interesting to kind of share some of these lesser known cryptids to see what your guys' opinions would be on it and what you think about these cryptids. So the first one that we're going to be discussing is known as the Iliama Lake Monster. Um, from what I could gather, the locals primarily call her Illy. Reports have been around about her since the indigenous Aleut people lived in the shores on the shores of the lake. I highly apologize if I mispronounced that. I was reading through it, and I don't know if it's pronounced like that or if it's Aleut. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. The monster wasn't really brought into the eyes of the public though until the 1940s when there's pilots that reported seeing a giant fish under the water. Now, by the 1950s, there were consistent reports of a large aluminum colored fish in the lake, and the Anchorage Daily News offered a $100,000 reward to anyone that could provide conclusive evidence that the lake monster existed. Some have said that the people are just seeing sleeper sharks, which can exceed in 20 feet long, go into lakes and rivers looking for food, and most of the descriptions seem to match sleeper sharks. Now, to spin back on the bit about the Anchorage Daily News offering $100,000 rewards, as far as I know, there's been no evidence that has been substantiated to where anyone has been able to receive that reward for showing proof of this monster existing. And I do not know if they're still offering that reward, but I know back in the day they were. And with that, we're going to be moving on to the next one. But before I say that, real quick, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, feel free to click that subscribe or that follow, depending on which platform you're seeing this on. And also feel free to click that thumbs up as well if you're enjoying this content. And if there's any things that you think I could improve on, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or any sort of input you want to provide, feel free to put that in the comments down below as well. Now, the next one that we're going to discuss is known as Tahoe Tessie. Reports this creature seems to say that it inhabits around Lake Tahoe, the Washoe, and Paiute tribes. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. Have stories of this creature dating back to the mid 19th century. It derives its name from being similar to Nessie, and the reports have described a 10 to 80-foot long serpentine creature, usually with turquoise or black like coloring. There's been several theories, some saying that it's described as a plesiosaur or a mosasaur. However, scientists claim that that would be impossible. Now, the reason why they're saying this is impossible is because the lake that they're claiming this creature is in did not form until after the last ice age, and these creatures are said to have gone extinct prior to when this lake was formed. But that's mostly what the scientists are claiming when they're saying that's impossible. Other theories are claiming that it could be a large sturgeon, some form of unknown freshwater eel, though there are some that claim that Jacques went down there, saw it, and came back up saying that the world is not ready for what he saw down there. So there's people that believe that he saw what it really is and doesn't feel like the world's ready to know about it yet, which I thought was honestly kind of interesting. Now, the third creature that I put on this list was the Altamaha. Reports of it is that it's a massive snake-like creature showing up in Georgia's very own Altamaha River, dating back to the 18th century. There have been no physical evidence to show that this creature exists in the river. However, the Tamaha Indian tribe have legends of such a creature, and those legends continue to come in today. It has been described as looking like a sturgeon, but having the head of a crocodile. And most reports, however, tend to come from swimmers that bump into the creature while they're swimming. And cryptozoologists theorize that the creature may be a water based cryptid that lived primarily in that river. Um, that's the first time I've heard about that. If any of you guys live around Georgia's Altamaha River, feel free to let me know if you've heard of this creature, or maybe you're one of those people that have actually seen the creature and have your own story to share. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And then the next creature that I found out about was known as Chessie, primarily in the Maryland and Virginia area. It's another creature that was named in the style of Nessie. It reportedly lives in the waters of the Chesapeake Bay. There are numerous reports of this creature describing it as a 25 to 40-foot long finned creature or serpent. And there's a rash of sightings between the 1970s and the 1980s. In 1982, there's a video of the creature that came out, but the video was never substantiated. And the last notable sighting of Chessie was in 1997, at least as far as what I was able to find out about. And I always find it interesting to learn about these cryptids that might not be as well known as others. Um, or maybe they are well known, but they're just not covered or talked about as much. So they might be more well known to the locals in those areas. But I think that's going to do it for the four creatures that I found in this list. I really want to try and get these cryptid videos going and get more of them out there. So if you enjoyed this video and you made it to the end of the video, feel free to click that like button down below. If you haven't yet, feel free to click the subscribe or the follow button, depending on which platform you're watching this on. And if you also would like to support in other manners, there's going to be links in the description as well as in the comment down below. There's a Patreon page, a merch line, and I also have a Buy Me a Coffee page if you feel like supporting in that manner. However, don't feel like it's required. I just leave that there as an option for those that would like to. Um, at the same time, um, all proceeds that would come from support in those manners are going to be funneled back into the channel and help cover any sort of costs when I start doing on site videos or travels or explorations or anything like that. So feel free to check those links out if you would like, but it's not required. And I think that's going to do it for today's video. So, as always, enjoy life, take it a day at a time. I'll catch y'all next time.